right. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome in to my stream. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. Appreciate you guys for joining me here once again for the stream. Today is going to be Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. Sorry I'm a little bit later today. I was really enjoying the nice day I had. I came up to hang out with my lady friend, and we spent the day, doing some shopping and eating some food and getting out, going on walks and enjoying our time together. It was a good day so far, so I highly suggest you guys take advantage of those sunny days and get out, because there's always going to be time to code at night. All right, everybody. Welcome into the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful day so far. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? We are going to be doing a lap coding session here. I have the bitrate turned down from my normal 15K to 10K on YouTube, so I can also stream to Twitch while I'm here on a little bit slower Wi-Fi than I have back at home. So let me know if things start lagging too bad. Hopefully things are okay for the time being, but yeah, it should be okay. You lost your Kentucky Derby bet. Well, that's where you went wrong, is betting on uh, horses, right? You gotta have something that gives you an edge. Horses is just like a blind shot at anything can happen, right? Anyways, I'm also, if you guys are experiencing the spring allergies, oh my gosh, I am getting wrecked. So I sound like Squidward. So I appreciate you guys, bearing with me here. I am really congested here for my nasal. So we're gonna stream for at least probably about an hour today. Get a good, some coding in and see what we can do to learn about render.com. So let's go ahead and exit out of this here. Let me make sure the stream looks good on my end. So we do have this part 4 of Python pandas to do, but I think we're going to save this for another time. I'm going to save this for tomorrow when I'm back in the normal setup. We'll continue on with this, but for right now, we're going to go ahead and shift focus onto the project. And let's see here. Let's get into the stream. There we go. I've got my chat loaded up here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this loaded up. So last time we were working on this, the chat is cut off. Chat is cut off here. YouTube chat with I want that. Oh, there we go. So if I lower this down to 350, there. Now it's cut off, so I need to be at least 400. But now that's all cut off. Oh, they don't get it. That's 400. So now if I shrink it down to 350, there we go. That's fine. Alright, let's get this going. Alright. So we have our project here. So we're going to figure out how we can get this maybe to we want to today's goal is to get a save on the process for the plots that we develop, right? How does that look? Hey, Jack Davies, how's it going? What's good, Mike? What's been your learning strategy so far? I have a Discord link down below with all of my resources completely for free given to you guys. So I really appreciate you guys joining me and being here with me. We do need to have this, so we do need to implement some functionality here today. So today might be, we're only going to do maybe like an hour today. Or I might come on for a late night stream and work, do some more coding, but it's just, it's hard, it's difficult to work on this kind of project when I have very limited real estate on my screen. And it's very difficult to stream it as well, just because I feel like it's hard for you guys to see what's going on and read what's going on. So, bear with me here. Yeah, I'm just visiting I'm visiting my lady friend this week rather than her coming to see me at our place. Um, um, so she had to do some work this weekend. How's it going? We get to work. Welcome in. Yeah, we're gonna have to buy a domain name, I think, or something here soon. So we do need to, however, set some media queries for these. So we need to go to our style CSS and let's say, can you teach me how to set media queries for when my screen size my screen size becomes smaller. A media query lets you apply different CSS styles depending on the screen size, device, or browser window size. Let's say you want your layout for your font to change when your screen is 600 pixels or smaller, common for mobile screens. Basic media query. So you can say at media max width 600 pixels. And then you can say okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to access I need to access this image, right, and just make it smaller. The link isn't working in the one in the description. That one should be like the universal link. Let's see if I can paste this. Oh. Dang it. Hey, can someone send him the link, Tim? I'll have to get it for you after the stream if you still need it. So we want to set this. Okay, so in relation to my TLC simulator, when I shrink the window with the flex box does flexbox puts the elements in a column, which is good, but the plot is bleeding off the screen. How can I So let's go ahead. Let me try it myself. So in my index.html, I'm access, I have my plot as this. ID is chroma plot. So can I go into style CSS, go so hashtag chroma plot, open up this and say width auto. No. The link appears to be working. Yeah, I thought so. Interesting. Try it again, I get to work. So width, let's just make it like 500 pixels. See what that does. So I shrink this. No. But if I go here, I go inspect. Right, and I go to here. Huh. See, this is tough with on a laptop here. Maybe I shouldn't do this part today. Maybe I should do this part when I get back to my setup. What's the hard refresh? Shift Command R. Okay, so then let's say chroma plot. So then let's add. So can I? Like this. Got your flexbox layout stacks elements in a column when the screen size narrow, which is great, but your chroma plot is probably too wide, so it's overflowing the container. Chroma plot width 100%, max width overflow auto box sizing. Okay, so you go to your width 100%, right? Max width 100%. Overflow X auto, and then box sizing is border box. So now if I refresh this, maybe I should redo the whole call here. What the heck? Huh. Yeah, YouTube won't let me post links either. It blocks me too. It's kind of a, I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. We'll have to figure it out after the stream. It's pretty difficult with one monitor here on the single laptop. Let me go ahead and make that transparent. And then I'll extend the screen out. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. Let me make translucent background. Copy this link here. Oop. Nope. Oop. OBS. YouTube chat. There. Okay. Now if I go to my here, I'll just make it the full size. You just won't be able to see the bottom. So if stuff's cut off on the bottom, let me know, and I'll bring it up. Well, I can drag that up a little bit. We don't need that part. We don't really need that part either for the... What's like there? Let me know if stuff gets cut off. There we go, and test. There we go. Okay. Sweet. A channel owner should be able to post links if you have over 1K subs. They might have changed that though. Yeah, let me try. It should just be a public. Copy. Yeah, I can't paste in links. Hit and use copy button. Let me go to my description, I guess. Yeah, it works. Alright, there we go. Okay, so our image isn't... That didn't seem to work. If the plot is inside a container like a div, you might also want to set that container. Okay, so maybe we should give the container as well. So we gave the chroma plot. Let's go to our index.html, and that is inside the chroma plot container class. So let's go, which is in the content section. So we'll go dot chroma plot container. Wait, is that what it's called? Chroma dash plot. And we'll open this up and we'll say width 100%, max width 100%, and if we refresh, nothing, no styling difference. So what if I make instead the content section right? Overflow auto, let's put that there too. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to open up a live server. Maybe I can see these live here. Oh, it's not going to display here. Never mind. Nice, you got in. Sweet, dude. The chart is a DOM element. What do you mean SVG? So I'm doing fast API post requests for this form information, and then I'm sending via get this chart, right? Or a post for submit, sorry. So that's how I'm sending this, and it's a GIF. So I'm returning a JSON response, right, to the index HTML page. My JavaScript is taking this HTML response, doing .json on it, and then getting element by ID, and then setting that source equal to the data image here, which is base64 GIF. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get this GIF to shrink if the window shrinks as well. That's my goal here. Currently, it bleeds, right? Okay, let's keep trying. Okay, so I guess we'll keep trying this. Vector graphics are SVG, so your site is CSS world. I'm not sure why it's bleeding. That's what we're trying to figure out here. Chroma container. Let me add in the hashtag. Let me add in the hashtag content section right. Style that. We'll say width 100%, max width 100%. Overflow. Auto. So now that cuts. Okay, that cuts off the overflow. Overflow-x auto cuts it. Okay, so now it starts to get snipped. Interesting. So look at it here, guys. See, it's getting snipped by the edge here. So let's overflow X hidden here and see what happens. So now you can scroll bar this. So now hidden, you can scroll bar this container. But I don't really want to scroll bar it. I want to just shrink the chart. So width of the chroma plot itself can I say 50%? No. So it's not actually shrinking the size of the plot. So if I just do overflow hidden, refresh, and then I do, let me get rid of all this and get rid of all this. I'll just comment out these two for now. So now that gets rid of the scroll bar. So if you do overflow -x hidden, I don't get the scroll bar. It just hides the content of the bleeds. So if I go to the container, or if I go to the container, yeah, so if I go to the container of the chroma plot, and I add in I just add in width 50% here, what happens? Nothing happens, no scroll bar. If I add in overflow, hidden, so that makes, okay, so that makes it way high on the chroma plot container. So if I make this scroll, now I get this scroll bar here on the actual container of the div itself, because the div is now getting 50%, so I need to make this 100%. Now it's extended out, so that's as max as the div can go. So I make this scroll on the div container itself. Now on the chroma plot, can I set the height equal to 100 pixels and see what happens here? No, it doesn't shrink. What happens if I say the max height fit content? No, that doesn't do anything, and now we get the scroll. I say overflow. And here. What if I say scroll here? Huh. Hidden, they say max width. is going to be percent of that. Now if I make this scroll, now I get the scroll bar back here. But if I get rid of this and I make the overflow here scroll, now I just get no. If I say overflow auto here, nothing changes. Huh. So if my image is a GIF inside a plot container, which is inside a main section div container. I figured out how to be able to scroll through the overflow, but the width doesn't change the size of the GIF on abstract chroma plot. To make sure the GIF inside properly resizes on a small screen, the key is to ensure the GIF itself is responsive. All parent containers allow it to resize, so there's no fixed width on the image or its container overriding your media query. Here's how to adjust your media query. Update your media query like this, where content section right, max width, hidden. Content section, plot container, max width 100%, max width. Chroma plot, max width, %. And then it wants me to go here and make another entry for chroma plot image. And make the width 100%. Height goes auto. And then the display block. Target section image gives and forces a scale with the container. Height preserves. Okay, so now if we refresh moment of truth, that didn't work. Now we just have this here that we're getting cut by. So I'll give it my right content here. Based on your HTML, the issue with your CSS is targeting the chroma plot, but the image actual ID is chroma plot with a hyphen, not chroma plot. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. I was doing it right the whole time. It was just I had the wrong ID name. Oh my gosh. That's frustrating. I was doing it right the whole time, but I just had the wrong ID name. The first look on the code, I think you are writing in C#. No, this is Python. Hey, dude, how's it going? Thanks for joining me on Twitch. Sorry I didn't get to your comment sooner. Okay, so now it scales like that, which is perfect. on 600. So what if I make it, I'm going to make this 800. So now it'll scale even faster. There we go. And then I'm going to give a top buffer to this chroma plot. Margin top 25 pixels. There we go. Now you have some spacing there. I know it's hard to see because my camera's in the way. It's just tough. This is what it looks like. Sweet, look at that. That looks awesome. That looks great. So now let's see what happens if I get rid of this actually. Now what happens if I actually, if I do overflow is hidden here. What happens if I get rid of this? Nothing changes with my functionality. Okay, so I didn't need that. Now what happens if I get rid of this altogether? The parent container. Nothing changes with my functionality. So what happens if I get rid of this? Nothing changes with my functionality. So what happens if I get rid, or I add this in? Nothing changes with my functionality. So I'm going to remove this, and that's all we needed. Was to access just the chroma plot itself and make the width on the chroma plot image downsize, scaled down at 800 pixels. That looks really good. What do you guys think? What are you doing? You working out? Girlfriend's doing like a workout right now. What? Are you working out right now? Are you trying to get into software engineering? Yeah, I think that would be fun. I really enjoy the process of it, or of making my projects, and I really would like to make some real world projects that would have, you know, large user bases and actual. I think it'd be really cool to be able to see some applicable things that you've built that a lot of people are using. Awesome. So now we have this. So I'll drag this over to the other side so you guys can see it. Is the chroma plot extends out. You can go ahead and give your chroma plot. So we'll say test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, test 5, 0.9, 0.8, 0.5, 0.3, 0.7. And we run the simulation, loading the chroma plot. Boom, and there's our chroma plot, and there it's generated. So now it's populating up. And just like you would with a thin layer chromatography simulation. And boom, 100%, and you're done. Look at that. Looks awesome. So then if we go and shrink that, will it auto size it here? Ready? Yay, look at that. Well, it keeps it running. That looks so awesome. Look at that. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about that? Let me make sure I got the Twitch dashboard loaded up so I can get you guys his. No, I want to come back here. Why are you doing that? Come back. There we go. You guys are part of the stream. Smash that like button. Really appreciate you guys being here. We're pushing for 2K here soon. All right, that looks awesome. So we just need to add in one final feature. So then what we're also going to access on when we come below 800 pixels is I'm going to make the label for the compound entry go to the center as well, and the status label. No, I think it's fine actually, but I'm going to add some spacing to the status label no matter what. So we need to go loading label display flex, and we'll say margin, we'll just say 1% all the way around. So now we'll have a little bit of margin on there. Let's make it 3%. There we go. Now we have a little bit. No, we don't want a margin on the left. We want margin, just margin top. Like so. So now that has a little bit of spacing there. Yeah, for those that are new, my name is Mike. I'm 26. I got a degree in human biology and a minor in chemistry, and I work as a formulation chemist, where I make biological controls that are used in patient diagnostics. All right, that looks awesome. So I think I'm going to how can you increase the sizes of like the input boxes or the buttons, etc. To increase the size of the input boxes and buttons or other form elements, you can use a combination of font size, padding, width or height, or overall size. Input, button, select area, font size, padding, width, border box. What does the REM mean? Root M, and it's a unit of measurement in CSS that's relative to the root font size of the page. How it works: 1 rem is the font size of the root. By default, most browsers are set to the root size of 16 pixels. 1.5 rem is 24 pixels. 0.75 rem is okay. So it's a factor based on the body font size or the page font size. So just a scaling factor based on the parent font size of the page. On the root element's font size. HTML gets font size 16 pixels. Body 1.5 rem. Okay, so we just need to add in. Well, let's say we need to git commit. We'll say add media. We'll add plot, sat plot, chroma plot, resizing on window, resize. git commit -m. Window resize. Okay, we'll push up those commits. Okay, so now our window resizes appropriately, which is really nice. For the graph. So now we just need to add. So in this right content section, we have the container for the plot, and then we're going to add in a div here. We'll give it a class of equal to buttons container, same as, but we'll give a specific ID of this class of buttons container to the plot buttons, chroma plot buttons, right? So inside this div, we're going to open up a button. Ooh. Man, these freaking sniffles are wrecking me. They suck. Allergies, man. Button. Let's open up a button. We'll give this a ID of download chroma plot. Button. So now if we refresh this, we need to restart our Alright, so now we have a button down below here, and we'll give it some text. We'll say download chroma download GIF. So now we have this download GIF button down here, right? Perfect. So let's go to our main, and let's streaming response. We got JSON response. Don't need that. Okay, so let's add in a new connection point here called app dot I think it's post. We're gonna say. So I'll show you this. So I am now working on a feature. Okay, hold on. Let's say this first. Okay, I fixed the issue with the plot resizing. With the plot resizing. It was the typo all along for the ID of the chroma plot. The media query only needs this to make it work. Yeah, that typo is the blocker. Your correct media query is this. Right. It's clean and totally sufficient. The parent container don't restrict the width. and the image doesn't have the conflicting inline styles. If you're unsure whether a style is applying, the browser's DevTools Computed tab is your best friend. It'll show the values are actually taking effect. Oh, geez. Get wrecked over here. So, no, I am now ready to work on my final feature. A download button of the plot GIF. I am trying to figure out how to also manage this on the web so that many people can generate plots and save them. So the dynamic user generated plots. If users are generating their own plots from input data, you need a system that creates a GIF on the server or front-end processing. Stores it temporarily per user using unique file names. Serves it with a download link when ready. If you're using Python Flask API, you generate the GIF and save it to a folder, like static plots. Give the unique file a unique name and return the URL to the front end to show and allow the download. How long have I been live for? All right, you guys. These allergies are wrecking me, and I gotta work in my normal setup to get some functionality for this front end stuff. I got too small of real estate here, and it's pretty difficult. So I appreciate you guys joining me today. I'll be back in my normal setup tomorrow afternoon, Sunday the 4th. We did a shorter stream today, just an hour. We were successful in getting the actual chroma plot to resize appropriately, as you can see. If I make this full screen, and then drag this in, it'll shrink down, and just like that. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Spend just this evening with my girlfriend. We got a good hour coding session in and completed a feature here, and got that bug fixed. And then we added this download button here, and so we'll get that synced up tomorrow. And then we'll be ready to publish this, and our project will be done. At this point in time, the download button is our last feature I want to add, and the project is done. And then we'll just have to figure out how to publish it to the web. But I will go ahead and push it to GitHub, so you guys can access it yourselves and see the code behind it. And I'll go ahead and make a video displaying the project and whatnot once it's on the web and whatnot. But I'll push it to GitHub in advance and share it in the Discord with you guys tomorrow. So you guys can get access to it, because once we get the download ready, then it's done. We just have to figure out how to sync it up to a web service and do all that stuff. Yes, ChemHub is on the way. Is that... I'm afraid to look that up. I'm afraid to look... Tim, do you want to look it up? Tim, you look it up first. Is this a domain name? Let's go to what's it called? DNS. Look up. Cloudflare. It's a company. Yeah. They own it. We could do like So they own it. Cloudflare, who is? I have this one. Oh, bull crap. I own that one. Yeah. Let's go here. Let's go to Cloudflare. I think I have this one. I own this one. What? Cloudflare. Let's go, GoDaddy has it. I'm pretty sure that person is me. I bought it about a year ago for like 2 years because I wanted to make a personal site. Yeah. What if we do, oh, we might gotta buy this. I'll probably have to buy this after. Looks like chromaplot.com is available. Don't you guys go snaking me here. Seriously. Aha. Chromaplot.com is available. Should we do chromaplot.com or chromaplot.something? You shaking your head at me? Tim, what do you think? Should we do chromaplot.com? Mike really wants ChemHub XYZ. He's trying to huge brain us. What? Do you go? Is it Cloudflare? Is where you buy DNSs? I can't remember. I did it so long ago. I need to log in. Okay, I'll have to do that off stream. Why am I having error in my main file? Oh, this post. What do you guys, Tim, what do you think about chromaplot.com? What you think about that one, Tim? Oh, shoot. Sorry, I didn't see your messages on Twitch. Oh, I feel so bad. Um, hey mate, you're using AI assisted programming. Have you taken a look at Copilot offering you from GitHub? In agent mode, you can chat directly with the VS Code and it'll make changes for you too. The only downside is possible it'll change too much, but you can just revert changes too easily. Yeah, I've heard about, I've considered some of those, but I've really just been trying my best to just do things, if I, sometimes I have to like prompt it for, for examples because, that's how you learn if you've never seen anything before. But I really liked how I can, you know, have it teach me stuff rather than just do it for me. That's kind of the big thing, is why I do it that way. How do I get this out of here? Go away. There we go. Hey, how's it going? Ditto GM. All right, you guys. I'll go ahead and pick up that domain name here. After I'll see you guys tomorrow when we get back into the normal stream setup. I'll be back in my normal setup. We'll add that last feature of adding in the button into the download button for our chroma plots, and then we'll work on getting this posted onto render.com and getting a full, front end and back end application under our belt. So this was a lot of work and a lot of experience, but a lot of learning too has gone into this. I appreciate you guys being here with me and hanging out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Please join my Discord link down below and chat with me in there, and let's get some movement in there, and work on the small business manager community projects. Work on this project. I'll be posting the GitHub code. I'm making it public here shortly, so work on this one when it publishes, and we can all collaborate together. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for being here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed it. And I know it was a short one today, but I promise we'll be back for a longer one tomorrow and continue on with our projects back in the normal setup. So